Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the numerical number on the indicating instruments. Let us read the numerical. A moving iron voltmeter has an inductance of 0.6 Henry and a resistance of 2500 ohm for full scale deflection corresponding to 250 volt. It is meant to operate on 50 Hz. What series resistance is required to increase the range to 500 volt? Okay, so it is like a extension of range of moving iron voltmeter. Okay, so circuitry will be having it is like this. External resistance we need to connect. This is the basic voltmeter we are having. Okay, and here it is the extended range, right? So this range is 500 volt, right? This resistance, external resistance we need to find. Let us consider it is RS. Voltage across the meter is 250 volt. Meter resistance it is a LM, and meter resistance it is a RM. Okay, this current is I. Okay, so now if you check here, so voltmeter voltage is 50 volt. Okay, LM is given and RM is given. It is given that meter resist inductance is a zero point 0.6 Henry. Meter resistance is equal to 2500 ohm. Okay, so for a frequency of 50 hertz it is given 50 hertz frequency. Okay, so what is the XL? It is equal to 2 pi f into LM. So it is 2 into pi into 50 into LM, that is a 0 0.6. Okay, 2 into pi into 50 into 0 0.6. So it will be 188.5 188.5 ohm. This is the XL we are having. Okay, XL is 188.5, right? Now the meter impedance, right? Therefore meter impedance we can find. Therefore meter impedance is equal to ZM. Okay, is equal to, we can write under root RM square plus XL square. So is equal to under root, what is RM? 2500 square plus what is XL? 188.5 square. Okay, so is equal to, we can write under root 2500 square plus 188.5 square. Okay, so it is 2507.09 ohm. This is the ZM. Be careful. Okay, ZM. So now we can find the meter current, current I, right? This current I is equal to 250 divided by, yes, this impedance, meter impedance. So it is 250 divided by meter impedance ZM. Okay, so is equal to, we can write 250 divided by this term 0.0997, 0.0997 ampere. This is the current I. Okay, current in the circuit, that is current corresponding to the full scale deflection of this voltmeter. Okay, so now extended range is 500 volt. We know current. Okay, now can we find RS? Yes, we can find. Okay, so we can write directly it as total voltage V is equal to current I into, yes, it is RS plus REM plus J into XL. Okay, or we can write it as 500 is equal to current is 0.0997 into, yes, RS plus REM. So it is RS we need to find plus REM. REM is, let us keep it as it is, plus JXL. Okay, or further we can write it as is equal to 0.0997 into under root. Instead of writing it in rectangular form, I am considering only magnitude. So it is like RES plus REM bracket square, right, plus XL square. Okay, so now we can write, therefore 500 divided by this term. Okay, so we can write 500 divided by 0.0997. It is 5015. 5015.045, okay, is equal to under root RES plus REM bracket square plus XL square. Okay, this is what we are having. Okay, so now from this, can we square both the sides? Yes, it will be 25.151 into 10 to the power 6, okay, is equal to RES plus REM bracket square plus XL square. I have squared both the sides. Okay, squaring both sides, right, squaring both sides. Okay, so next we can write it as XL we know, so put the values to 25.151 into 10 to the power 6 is equal to RES we need to calculate plus REM. What is REM? It is given 2500, okay, square plus XL square. What is XL? XL is 188.5, 188.5 square. Okay, so therefore we can write, and from this we can find RES. Okay, directly I am writing RES is equal to, so it is 25.151 into 10 to the power 6 minus 188.5 square minus 2500. So it is 2511.53 ohm. This is the expected RES, right? Moving iron instrument. So what is the difference between PMMC and MI? In the MI we are having the inductive reactance there, okay, whereas in PMMC works only for DC, so no inductance, right, and no inductive reactance, okay, only resistive circuitry. But here we need to consider the impedance of the meter, whereas in PMMC, yes, we considered only the resistance. Okay, so this is about the numerical number 8. The numerical number 9 on indicating instruments. Let us read the numerical. The resistance of two coils of a wattmeter are zero point 0.01 ohm and 1000 ohm respectively. Okay, and both are non-inductive. The load current is 20 ampere and the voltage across the load is 30 volt. In one of the two way of connecting the voltage coil, the error in the reading would be, and they have given the four options. Okay, so first of all note the given data. It is given that the resistances of two coils of the wattmeter, one is 0.01 ohm and second one is 1000 ohm. Okay, so if you check the EDM wattmeter, in that we are having the two coils. One is the current coil, second one is the pressure coil. Current coil is connected in series with the load, pressure coil is connected across the load. Okay, resistance of the current coil is very small generally. Okay, so I am writing it as resistance of current coil. Resistance of current coil is equal to RCC is equal to 0.01 ohm. Okay, next, resistance of pressure coil. Resistance of pressure coil is equal to 1000 ohm. Okay, or let us denote it as RPC. Resistance of pressure coil is equal to 1000 ohm. Okay, next, load current IL is equal to 20 ampere. Next, load voltage VL is equal to 30 volt. Okay, in one of the two way of connecting the voltage coil. Okay, so before that, let us find the true power consumed by load. Power consumed by load, okay, is equal to PT, that is the true power, PT, okay, is equal to VL into IL. This is the power which is consumed by the load. Be careful, this is not the reading of the wattmeter, okay. So it is 30 into 20, so it will be equal to 600 watt. This is the power consumed by the load, okay. Next, so this is the true power, okay. Our task is to find the error, okay. So I'm writing here, suppose the first connection, okay, current coil is connected at load side, is connected at load side, okay. So when the current coil is connected at the load side, if you check or if you recall the previous videos, the error is due to, yes, current coil only, okay. So therefore error is equal to power consumed by current coil, right. So what is the power consumed by the current coil? As the current coil is connected to the load, okay, load side, so that's why the load current is equal to current flowing through the current coil, okay. So power consumed by the current coil is equal to IL square into RCC. What is the IL? If you check, IL is 20, so it is a 20 square into RCC. RCC is given, it is a zero point 0.01 ohm, 0.01, okay. So it is 400 into 0.01, so it is 4 watt. This is the error, okay. So next, percentage error, right, percent error is equal to error divided by true power, that is a PT into 100, okay. So we can write it as, it is a 4 divided by 600 into 100, okay. So it is equal to 0.66%, okay. This is actually 0.66% high when current coil is connected at the load side, okay. Next, but if you check the options are not there, okay. Let us check for the second connection, because in the question they have given one of the two, okay, in one of the two way, okay. So next, pressure coil is connected at the load side, pressure coil connected at load side, okay. So when pressure coil is connected at the load side, the error is equal to power consumed by the pressure coil, power consumed by pressure coil, okay. So what is the power consumed by the pressure coil? It is the load voltage square divided by resistance of the pressure coil. What is the load voltage? It is given, it is equal to 30 volt divided by RPC. RPC is 1000. So if you check, this is equal to 30 square by 1000. So it is a zero point 0.9 watt. This is the error, okay. Next, percentage error. Percent error is equal to error divided by true power into 100, okay. So it is equal to 0.9 divided by, what is the true power? True power is 600 into 100, okay. So it is equal to 0.15%, okay. This is the percentage error, okay. So if you check, this is the 0.15% high, and this will be the 0.66% high, because the power measured by reading of the wattmeter is equal to power consumed by the load plus power consumed by the respective coil, okay, which is connected at the load side, okay. So if you check options, in the option it is, as output, this finally is 0.15% high, so it is matching with the option C. So correct option is option C. This is about the numerical number 9. We are going to discuss the numerical number 10. Let us read the numerical. Two types of connections of wattmeter pressure coil are shown in the figure, okay. So here we are having the two types, type 1, type 2. In this case, the pressure coil is connected at the supply side. In this case, the pressure coil is connected at the load side. Okay. The value of the wattmeter current coil resistance small r. Okay. So resistance of the current coil is small r, it is given, which makes the connection errors same in both the cases, in two cases. Okay. And they have given the four options. Okay. So our task is to find the value of small r, that is the resistance of the current coil. Okay. So let us first note the given data. It is like in the first case, current coil is connected at the load side, pressure coil is connected at the supply side. In the second case, current coil is connected at the supply side, pressure coil is connected at the load side. Okay. So load current IL is equal to 20 ampere. Load voltage VL is equal to V is equal to 200 volt. It is given. Okay. Resistance of current coil, it is equal to R, and this we need to find. Okay. Now if you check type 1, in the type 1, okay, in type 1, as current coil is connected at the load side, okay, so error is equal to power consumed by the current coil. Okay. Error is equal to power consumed by current coil. Okay. So what is the power consumed by the current coil? It is IL square into resistance RCC. Okay. IL is 20, so it is 20 square into small r, right? So it is equal to 400 into r. This is the error in this case. Okay. Consider it as equation 1, right? Next, second, in the type 2, if you check, the pressure coil is connected at the load side. So in type 2, pressure coil is connected at the load side. Okay. So here error is equal to power consumed by pressure coil. What is the power consumed by the pressure coil? It is equal to VL square divided by RPC. What is VL? 200. Okay. And RPC is given. It is a 10 kilo ohm. Okay. So it is equal to 200 square divided by 10 into 10 to the power 3. So if you check, it is equal to 4. This is the error. Okay. 4 watts. Now from the given data, both the errors should be same. Okay. Therefore, as per given condition, because in the example they have given which makes the connection errors the same. Okay. Errors the same. As per given condition, error in type 1 is equal to error in type 2, right? So if you check, the type 1 error is 400 into R, and in the type 2 the error is 4 watt. So from this, can we find R? Yes, R is equal to 4 divided by 400. Okay. So it is equal to 0.01, right, ohm. So if you check the option, correct option is option C. Okay. So this is about the numerical number 10. We are going to discuss the numerical number 11. Let us read the numerical. The current passing through a 10 ohm resistance is given by. Okay. So this is the expression of current they have given. I is equal to 3 plus 4 root 2 into sine of 3140. This current is measured by a PMMC meter. Okay. Next, what is the measured value? They have given the four options. Okay. So reading of PMMC meter they have asked. Okay. So we are having PMMC meter, right? So if you check in PMMC meter, we know it measures only average value, right? So can we say that therefore reading of PMMC meter is equal to average of current I, right? So we can write it as average of current I. Okay, so now we need to find the average value of this current I. Okay, so we know current I is given, it is a 3 plus 4 root 2 into sine of 314t. Now if you check in the current, we are having the two components. One is the constant, that is the 3 ampere, and second one is the 4 root 2 into sine of 314t. It is a sinusoidal term. Okay, so what is the average value of any sinusoidal term, sinusoidal waveform? It is a 0, because for sinusoidal, whatever the positive values we are having, whatever the positive shape we are having, the same we are having the negative shape. Okay, so average value of this term is equal to 0, whereas what is the average value of this 3? It is a 3 only. Okay, so therefore can we write I average is equal to 3 ampere. Okay, so therefore what is the reading of PMMC meter? Yes, it is a 3 ampere. Therefore reading of PMMC meter is equal to 3 ampere, right? This is about the question. Option is of 3 ampere, option A. Okay, so this is about the numerical number 11. We are going to discuss the numerical number 12. Let us read the numerical. The current flowing in a 20 ohm resistor is given by I is equal to 2 plus 4 into sine of 314t. This current is measured by moving iron ammeter. What is the measured value? Okay, so now here we are having moving iron, that is Mi. Okay, moving iron ammeter. As we know, the Mi instrument always measures RMS value, right? So now therefore reading of Mi meter or ammeter is equal to what? RMS of current I. Okay, we know current I is given, it is 2 plus 4 into sine of 314t. Okay, this is given, right? So it is like we're having current I is equal to 2 ampere, consider it is A, plus second term is this one, it is a B. Okay, so A is 2 and B is 4 into sine of 314t. Okay, always remember RMS value while finding the RMS value of this term. Okay, I RMS is equal to, yes, under root A RMS square plus B RMS square. Okay, so we need to find A RMS and B RMS. Okay, A RMS value of term A. If you check, A is constant, it is a 2 ampere. Okay, 2. So that's why RMS value of any constant term, it is the same as that of its magnitude. Okay, so it is a 2 ampere. Okay, what is the B RMS? B is the sinusoidal term. Okay, so for any sinusoidal term, yes, the term before the sinusoidal means this 4 here, it is a, like a peak value. Okay, so B RMS is equal to B peak divided by root 2. Okay, what is B peak? 4 divided by root 2. Peak value divided by root 2. Okay, so it is 4 by root 2 means 2 root 2 ampere. Okay, now from this can we find I RMS? Therefore I RMS is equal to under root, yes, 2 square plus B RMS square, that is a 2 root 2 square. Okay, if you check, it is equal to under root 4 plus 3.46 ampere. This is the IRMS. Okay, so if you check the options, correct option is option B. Always keep in mind while finding the RMS value of, yes, complex term, that is nothing but one is the constant, second one is the trigonometric. Okay, sinusoidal, then in that case we need to find the IRMS in this way. Okay, so correct option is option B. This is about the numerical number 12. We are going to discuss the numerical number 13. Let us read the numerical. The deflection angle of the pointer of an ideal moving iron ammeter is 20 degree for 1.0 ampere DC current. If the current of 3 sine of 314t ampere is passed through the ammeter, then the deflection angle is, and they have given the four options. Okay, so here we are having moving iron ammeter, moving iron ammeter, right? In the moving iron ammeter, yes, we are having theta is proportional to the square of the current. Okay, and what is this current? This current is nothing but the RMS value. Okay, RMS value, right? So here let us first note the given data. Theta 1 is equal to 20 degree, I1 is equal to 1 ampere. It is a DC. Okay, so I1 RMS is equal to also 1 ampere. Are you getting the point? Okay, our task is to find theta 2. It is given that I2 is equal to 3 sine of 41t, 314t. Okay, so what is the I2 RMS? I2 RMS is equal to, we can write peak value divided by root 2, so it is a 3 by root 2 ampere. Okay, next can we find from this, can we say that theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to I2 RMS square divided by I1 RMS square. Okay, so it is equal to, we can write theta 2 is equal to I2 RMS square divided by I1 RMS square into theta 1. Okay, what is the I2 RMS? It is a 3 by root 2. So you can write 3 by root 2 square divided by I1 is 1 ampere into theta 1. Theta 1 is given, it is a 20 degree. So if you check, it is equal to 3 by root 2. It is a 90 degree. Final answer is 90 degree. This is a theta 2. Right? So please be careful. Here current is sinusoidal. So we need to take the RMS value, right? And theta is proportional to the square of the current because moving iron ammeter. So if you check the options, correct option is option D. This is about the numerical number 13. We are going to discuss numerical number 14 on indicating instruments. Let us read the numerical. The current I of t passing through 10 ohm resistor as shown in figure A. Okay, so this is the figure A we are having, and it is given that 10 ohm resistor, and here it is a voltmeter. Voltmeter resistance is not given, so consider it as R is equal to infinity. Okay, means it is like an ideal voltmeter. Okay, and whatever the current here is shown in the figure B. This is the current I of t. This current is passing through 10 ohm resistor. Okay, next, then the reading of the DC voltmeter connected across the 10 ohm resistor. Means our task is to find the reading of the voltmeter. So what is the reading of the voltmeter? We can say voltmeter reading is equal to voltage across the 10 ohm resistor. Okay, what is the voltage across 10 ohm resistor? Voltage across 10 ohm resistor is nothing but, according to Ohm's law, resistance into current. Okay, and we need to find the average value here. Okay, we need to find the average value, right? So now if this current passes through the 10 ohm resistor, okay, what will the voltage across the 10 ohm resistor? Can we find? Yes, we can consider this as the voltage across 10 ohm, that is the V. Okay, can we draw the waveform for the V? Yes, with respect to time t. Okay, as we know, V is equal to 10 into I of t. We are having the waveform of I of t, so we can draw the waveform of V. Okay, from 0 to t, t to 2t, 2t to 3t, and so on. Okay, so from 0 to t, I of t is 12 ampere. Okay, so 12 into this resistance 10. Okay, so it is a 120. So the voltage will be equal to 120 till 0 to t, right? 0 to t, it is a 120. This magnitude is 120 volt, right? Next, after that, from t to 2t, if you check from t to 2t, I of t is 5 ampere. Okay, so 5 into 10, if I of t is 5, 5 into resistance is 10. Okay, 5 into 10, it is a 50, so it will be equal to 50. So from t to 2t, it will be 50. This magnitude is 50, right? Next, from 2t to 3t, again it is a 12. Is the same waveform will be repeating afterwards. Okay, so it is like this. Okay, and again it will be 50, and so on. Okay, so if you check this waveform, it is a periodic waveform having a period of 2t. Okay, this is a period of waveform. Whatever the waveform from 0 to 2t, the same is repeating from 2t to 4t, and so on. Okay, now can we find the average of v? Yes, v average is equal to 1 by 2t, right? 1 by periodic time. Okay, now integration from 0 to t, we are having two different values, so we can take it as 0 to t, it is a 120 into dt, plus integration from t to 2t, it is a 50 into dt, right? So further we can simplify it. I am dividing it with 2t, and again I am integrating, means I am adding the values. Okay, so it is 1 by 2t into, we can write 120 into t plus 50 into t. Okay, so it is like 120 plus 50, it is a 170. 170t divided by 2t, t will get cancelled. 170 by 2, so it is equal to 85 volt. This is the v average. This is nothing but the reading of the voltmeter. Okay, it is 85. So correct option is option A. So this is about numerical number 14. We are going to discuss the numerical number 15 related to indicating instruments. Let us read the numerical. A wattmeter has a current coil of 0.03 ohm. Okay, RCC is given resistance, and a pressure coil of 6000 ohm resistance, RPC 6000. Calculate the percentage error if the wattmeter is so connected that the current coil is at load side. This is important. Current coil is connected at the load side. If the load takes 20 ampere at a voltage of 220 volt and zero point 0.6 power factor. Okay, so our task is to find the percentage error. These are the four options. So first of all, note the given data. Resistance of current coil, that is RCC, is 0.03 ohm. Resistance of pressure coil, RPC, is equal to 6000 ohm, right? Next, load current, IL, is equal to 20 ampere. Load voltage, VL, is equal to 220 volt, and power factor, load power factor, is equal to 0.6. Our task is to find percentage error. Okay, so if you check here, the current coil is connected at the load side. Okay, so therefore we can find error is equal to power consumed by the current coil. Same thing we already discussed. What is the power consumed by the current coil? It is equal to IL square into RCC. What is IL? 20. So it is a 20 square into RCC. RCC is equal to 0.03. Okay. So if you check, it is equal to 20 square into 0.03. So it is 12 watt. Error is equal to 12 watt. Next, can we find the true power? Yes, load power, that is the true power, that is power consumed by load, is equal to PT, is equal to VL into IL into cos phi. That is the power factor. Okay, cos phi means power factor. Okay, next VL is, it is equal to 220, IL is 20. Okay, so 220 into 20 into 0.6. So if you check, it is equal to 220 into 20 into 0.6, 2640 watt. Okay, this is the load power we are having. Okay, therefore percent error, yes, error divided by load power okay, into 100. What is the error? 12 watt divided by 2640 into 100. Okay, so if you check, it is equal to 12 divided by 2640 into 100, so 0.45%. Okay, so this is the percentage error. If you check the option, correct option is option B, right? So this is about the numerical number 15. Thank you.